the scenario. Here's the scenario.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever inaugural episode of Here's the Scenario. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
is Mike Feeney, and also
Brendan Sagalow. How are you guys? Welcome to the show.
we're very excited. If you're watching us right now, you're just seeing three needle dicks facing a camera because our production team is MIA. We've signed, baby, but hey, we have yet to reap the benefits.
This is our first episode on Laugh Button, which is awesome. Laugh Button Network.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope so. But on the Laugh Button, and we're excited to have a new home. So we still will have our Patreon that we have for anybody who is a Patreon listener, patreon.com/scenariopod. And you can sign up for there. We do bonus stuff, but once a week, like we used to do on Mondays, except we're going to give that to you on the Laugh Button.
That's right.
And
we haven't figured out the day of the week yet.
And let's explain what the show is.
So basically, the show this is going to be a nightmare because I'm not good at the professional
talking
professional. I'm good
The
at
whole
getting
moving
the questions.
the story forward element of podcasting.
Look. Okay. All right. So let's just try this. This show is a comedy obstacle course, if you will, that our listeners create. And you knew this was going to happen when you asked me to do this. What are you doing? This is the first episode. Just you explain it. I got the questions. You explain it.
Not to mention, Brendan is operating at a very low percentage of his body, both in phone.
I was up till
battery
6:30 in the morning last night. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Street cocaine won't do itself.
Oh, yeah.
So what this podcast is we answer what ifs, hypotheticals, moral dilemmas, and we bat it back and forth to one another, and we like to get our audience to give us questions to answer. But for now, for these first few, we're just going to go. Brendan's got them squirreled away, and he's going to pose the question, and we're going to give our witty retorts.
I'm excited. First question, easy peas, I think. If it had to always be nighttime or always daytime, which would you choose and why? I think that's pretty easy.
I think that's the easiest. Yeah.
Why? What are you saying?
Well, it's daytime because I can sleep and create the climate in my own home any way I choose. We're all alcoholics. We're used to sleeping through sun.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like the sun. I don't like when it's just always dark and ominous outside.
But what if it's hot?
Sure. But I mean, there's plenty of climates where the sun comes out in Denver.
What if it's hot?
Hey, I was gonna say daytime too because I think there'd be less crime and stuff, But nighttime is fun. I always love nighttime.
Your first thought was the crime rate?
Yeah.
For what time of day? Not how you operate personally?
No, I think all that easy stuff goes out of my head. Like, yeah, I could get blackout curtains. I can get, whatever. I can sleep through the day, but I'm thinking of the city.
as the Caped Crusader.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the benefit.
The Caped Croissant.
As the new mayor.
I'm thinking of the safety of the town.
I see.
But like daytime gets fucking old, dude. Of
course.
But I guess nighttime gets old as well.
I mean, listen, no matter how you're going to slice it, you're going to wish for the other, but I would much rather a sunshine day to at least help elevate my mood than coming outside and being like fucking pitch black again.
Imagine how pale we'd all be.
I'm pale now. Yeah.
Yeah. We have quarantine.
And it would be colder.
Yeah, it would be colder.
It would be so much colder.
Unless you're in like Florida or something where it's hot at night.
Right.
Or California.
But the desert, the hottest place in the world, gets the coldest.
Yes, that's very true. Damn, this is a hard one.
Yeah. It still isn't. It's still daytime, but
All right, so that was an easy one, but let's do it.
We really came out firing for our first episode, just being like, so, day or night?
Yeah,
I know.
Sun or moon?
Should have asked a better question. If you could, this is a good one. If you could really sell your soul to the devil, what would you sell it for?
I mean, you have to get as much out of this life as possible. So
the whole time you're like, as soon as I die, I'm going to hell. So,
but is it Bedazzled devil? So everything comes with a price. Like,
can I tell you, I liked Bedazzled.
We have this argument a lot.
No, I liked Bedazzled. but I hated that ending because she's the devil, right? But then she becomes good all of a sudden.
Well, he wins her with his righteousness.
He wins Lucifer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Lucifer is just a woman that could be won over by simple acts of kindness. So that's the the moral of the movie.
Yeah.
Is that this guy just says, I just want so and so to have a good life, and wow, isn't that just absolutely, against all man's morals, apparently? So that's supposed to be this otherworldly gesture.
If you're wondering why it's so dumb, there is no answer. But it is that dumb. You don't have to worry about thinking.
Hate Feeney's hatred.
You don't have to, it's one of just the most okay. If it's on
It's a fun movie.
it's a couch can't reach the remote movie.
Yes.
But it's like a seeking it out is a crazy.
Who never
No.
seeked it out? I've never said I've sought
I
it
don't know why
I-
you were
I
staunchly
rented it
defending it.
because I love it. I love it when it's on, and if it's
And I
on,
talk
it's
about it
on.
when it's off.
There's really only like there's only really like the scene where he's going through all the wishes, which is only like what, a 10-minute scene. That's not even a long scene. That's the only thing that's good about that movie.
No, that's not true. That's like 40 minutes of the movie. The initial part is establishing what a big dork he is, and he can't even make guy friends or girlfriends.
No.
Everybody at his own company hates him. It's right when Brendan Fraser got like molested, probably by an executive.
Is that what happened?
I think he came out with some story about how he like got excommunicated from Hollywood, and somebody like stuck a thumb up his ass or something like that. And
Oh
he was
my
out of George of the
God.
Jungle. I'm paraphrasing. I don't think any of that is true, to be honest, but there's definitely a story.
Yeah. What would you sell your soul for?
My son to have a good life.
Oh, good. That's a good answer.
Look at Brendan. The devil is now turning good.
What if in that movie she is actually God and she's pretending to be the devil?
Just to show him
Just to
confidence.
show, yes, to give him the light, show him the light with all of these actions.
Maybe you figured out the movie.
Did you ever see that movie?
Oh, in the middle of a question, but where are we going with this?
There's a movie called H-E double hockey sticks with Will Friedle and Matthew Lawrence.
Those
and
are people.
Matthew Lawrence he's the friend from Boy Meets World.
yeah, and Will Friedle is the brother from Boy Meets World, Eric.
Wow.
They made a movie together called H-E double hockey sticks, where Will Friedle is a demon from hell sent to get Matthew Lawrence to sell him his soul.
I've seen this.
It's a good movie.
I can't believe
It's actually a good movie. And wouldn't you know, the ending turns out Will Friedle becomes an angel.
Oh. See, all is
That sucks.
possible.
Yeah. All these movies go from the guy wearing red, and then at the end they're wearing blue and white.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
does suck.
That's how This Is the End ends also.
Yeah.
So what would you sell your soul for?
So you said for your son to have a good life.
I mean, I was lying, but I would sell it for like a single TV credit. If it had to be something small like that, sorry, Feeney, I'm knocking your instruments all over the place. But if it had to be small like that or a singular thing, what would it be? Because I mean, obviously, we're like, oh, to be a billionaire and to have nothing to worry about financially for the rest of our lives, and
course.
have love and blah blah blah.
But then at like the end of your life, you're like, was this worth it? You know, like you're sitting in your big mansion with all your cars and all these bitches.
Right.
And you're just going, was this worth it?
Yeah, I could have been doing a first episode of a podcast in front of a couple of ukuleles.
Where's our studio?
It's under lockdown.
But here's the thing. If someone comes up to you, if the devil comes up to you and says,
Do devil voice.
I want to sell your soul. I want you to sell your soul to me.
Pardon me, I messed up.
Sorry, I'm a little hungover.
Yeah.
No, he goes, then wouldn't you go, oh, there's a devil, there's hell, there must be heaven, I'm going to God. I'd go, no, devil, no. And then I would just dedicate the rest of my life to
What if the devil's like?
Catholicism.
What if the,
Well, that's the thing.
That's so
what
funny.
if you
Well-
pick the wrong religion?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. What if it's Allah?
Damn. Then I
Akbar?
don't know. The very same.
very
high
same.
school?
Ollie, how you been?
Allie, what's up, man? But to answer the question, I guess, what would I sell my soul? Inner peace.
Yeah, those movies, that was insane. Those movies
Why is that an insane
are
answer?
all these questions, like this question is always so weird to me because I think it's like you said, Brendan, where you're like, if you're like, what would you soul to the devil for? It's like there's nothing I think I could enjoy enough while it's happening to get past not thinking about how bad it's going to be for eternity in just a little while. Like it's like
very soon.
very soon, whether it's 70 years or whatever.
Well, an
it's like,
eternity is long.
yeah.
Yeah, but also if we're going to start talking about hell, wouldn't you get used to the torture and the pain and all that stuff?
Right. Didn't we have this conversation?
No, it's a new hell every day.
Ooh, we did. I feel like we did.
Did we?
I tried to write a bit about this, about how hell wouldn't just be all bad all the time because you'd eventually just get numb to it and it would just become routine. But instead, this is hell, actual life, because every once in a while our hearts shatter.
Oh.
And we're given glimmers of hope sporadically. Hope is hell.
And how's that bit doing?
Not good.
I got holes to poke all in that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to be right.
No.
So what would you sell your soul for?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's anything that's worth like, because again, I wouldn't be able to enjoy the thing I want. Even if it was like tour for the rest of your life, sold out every single show, I'd come out and be like, hope the crowd's good and it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole time you'd be so worried.
And then the devil disguises as a guy who kills you, and it's a trick. The whole thing's a fucking trick.
Oh, so you think he murders you so your life ends
No.
prematurely?
What if you go?
No, I mean, in
if-
every story, the devil's always kind of like honorable to the person. Like every time you hear about something,
Not in Bedazzled. She
Well,
tricks him. A trick comes with each life.
well, we're still on the fence about who she was in Bedazzled.
That's true. Okay.
What
but-
if we sold your soul to the devil and your one wish was to meet God? And then you could meet God and be like, hey, I made some shady dealings. Forgive me, sign of the cross. And then you would get the benefit from the devil and then go to God.
No, because God would put you in hell.
You think so?
You think
God is
God-
all forgiving.
Yeah. I asked him nicely.
I said sorry. The only way I got to meet him is if I met
You
the
know what you
dev,
do?
and
This-
he
Because
showed
then you
up
could
first.
here's what you do. If you go give me a meeting with the big man, and then you sit down with him and you just go like, hey, I'm probably gonna die in a few years. Just remember this face if you can when it's on the chopping block, if you could just remember. And then that way you've used your one soul, selling your soul to the devil to get an eternity in heaven.
No, this is why
Bam.
God would send you straight to hell, because you're tricking the devil. You're trying to.
That's what he loves.
No,
he
you're
loves
trying to
trickery.
Like, dude,
no, he's
I'm
not
playing this
It's,
dude.
it's like the story of the jack-o'-lantern. It was this guy who the devil kept trying to take him to hell, and he goes, you have one last wish or whatever, and he goes, I want you to become a quarter so I could buy beer. And so the devil becomes a coin, and he puts the coin in his pocket next to a cross, so the devil can't turn back. So then he tricks him again somehow, and then he dies, goes to heaven, and God goes like, nah, you're tricking the devil. You're a trickster, man, and sends him back. And then the devil's like, you're not coming in here for some reason. I forgot. So then he allegedly roams the streets on Halloween.
I'm gonna banish you to one seasonal holiday that is barely recognized, and you'll be ripe for 3 weeks. And then people will keep you in their front yard well after Thanksgiving, in which you will rot in a pile of fly-infested
Yeah,
shit.
Until
I'm
the
very
children
close.
throw you at neighboring cars.
And your name will be Jack O'Lantern.
Yeah, there's a reason why we put lights in pumpkins or something. I don't know, but this is what you do, right? This is how you get the devil. So when the devil comes and goes, what do you want to sell your soul for? You go, money, power, respect, fame. And then as he's doing, you go, and a gun to kill the devil. And a gun that will kill the devil. Shit.
But then, dude, then you've gone and committed a mortal sin, which God's pretty keen on not being a fan of. So if you're like, wouldn't God
Trick or
rather,
murder.
trick or shoot someone in the head?
Also,
don't know.
what is the gun that kills the devil? Is it holy water bullets, like iced holy water?
That'd be cool, like
bullets?
little crosses. But then you also have to hope that you have the gun in hell for some reason.
Well, yeah, it transfers over. There's no TSA.
And once you
Block your
kill him,
gun.
he just gonna keep going back.
What if you sold your soul to get into heaven? What if you were like, I want to sell my soul so I'll to go to
Oh, that's so
heaven?
funny. That was like exactly what I said a long time ago.
No,
that
you-
you said that I was tricking the devil by doing that, and God
right.
would send me to
You are
hell.
tricking the devil by doing that.
So are you.
Yeah, and so am I. But
And
what,
so-
what you said was just like
However,
a formal visit to like.
yeah, I requested a meeting. That's what you do.
Yeah, you got a meeting. I'm staying.
You send a calendar invite.
Yeah. I have an iCal with
No,
God.
you walk up and God, and God looks at you and goes, I guess I remember you. You're like, what, from 45 years ago when the devil put me up in
What have you been dealing with billions of people and
No,
in between?
he hasn't.
She.
All right, so
Next question.
next question. You guys get the idea of the show.
And here's
okay.
the thing, just for anybody who might be if you're thoroughly confused, I can't help you. But on our Patreon, we were originally calling "What's the Scenario?"
That's
Yes.
right.
And we have decided legally and just logically to change it to "Here's the scenario," but we could still do this. Brendan, what's the scenario?
Here's the scenario.
Hey!
It's as if we incorporated our old show that nobody on here is familiar with.
If you have no tattoos, what would you get if you had to get one? If you have more than one already, what one would you get removed if you had to? So I guess the real question, because we all have tattoos, which tattoo would you get rid of if you could?
I guess my first one, but that's also the gateway one. You know what I mean? That one opens up wanting to get more tattoos.
Well, it doesn't erase the experience. You just get it off.
Or like,
yeah, but it's still a fun
gay.
memory. You know, it's like a yearbook. You kind of look at it as like
what's your first one?
that's the yin yang one.
Oh yeah.
That stinks.
Well, you know, it means something to me. So can't all get the Grim Reaper holding microphones doing comedy, but
No, we can't. Or else we'd be awesome.
I guess I would get rid of the one that has Jacob's name on it.
Oh,
the
penis
octopus
with
that
8
looks
arms?
like a penis. Yeah, I mean the guy that's like a terrible.
I hope that
tattoo.
guy got his license revoked shortly after that drawing.
I like that you think he had a license.
We got in Binghamton.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
so he definitely
much
just picked
bad
up a
stuff
needle.
Has happened to you in Binghamton.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Jacob, my buddy Jacob, whose name is on my arm, about the tattoo, and we're like, why
Not
wouldn't
dead.
we get like a cooler tattoo? Why wouldn't it be like a really cool octopus holding this like rusted anchor?
You should also have an octopus like. Each tentacle's holding a different weapon. One's
Like
holding
a microphone.
gun. One's not a microphone. Jesus, but we like 8 microphones.
8 microphones, yeah. And one's a gun to shoot the devil. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I like that.
What about you?
I would definitely get this fucking upper back tramp stamp just lasered the fuck off. I don't mind it. I think it's whatever. I never
Yeah.
see it, but it's definitely the thing that has the least amount of meaning that I just slapped on my back because it was the thing to do.
You know what's funny about this scenario? We could do this.
Yeah.
We're all talking about like a thing that we
I
could.
don't care enough to do it. And also, laser removal hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, and it doesn't get rid of the whole thing.
Do you know what I want to
It's
do?
just like rash now.
If you could, this is an interesting question, right? So there was talk for a while that Pharrell was gonna grow real skin over his skin. Like he was gonna get some sort of procedure done where it wasn't lasering off his tattoos, but it was growing organic skin over his tattoos, so we would have like flesh. Would you do that? But you'd have to get. That means all of them would have to be gone.
No, that would suck. I do like the idea of a tattoo that you can't see. Yeah, until
I almost
like
got a
blacklight
blacklight tattoo.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it still kind of looks like you got a highlighter on
It
you.
just says "come here."
Yeah, you never get to see it. Be like, you guys ever see? You want to see a tattoo? It's like, hold on, I have to have a flashlight with me at all
you have
times.
to walk into a hot topic.
That was a big white girl thing in my school, which was raised white tattoos.
Ooh.
So you couldn't really see it, but you'd have to get close, and you're like, does that say La Pura Vida?
Oh, you know what?
Beat it. That's a real tattoo.
Really?
Yeah,
You know
somebody in the
what's,
business
What?
Pura vida.
What does that even mean?
has- Oh no, this is not Patreon.
And it's a great tattoo.
It's the best.
Unless that person doesn't want to work with us, then fuck you and your stupid tattoo.
Oh, nope.
So okay. You know what was a big tattoo that all the trashy girls in my school were getting at the time? The lip one, the lower lip thing right here, where it would say like "eat me" or whatever.
Oh yeah, with the or like 818. or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was still recording while also.
Awful. All right, let's do another question, boys.
Yeah, Brendan, what's the scenario?
Here's the scenario. Who would win, a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Brontosaurus?
What?
Who would win in a fight?
Like boxing? Or, I mean,
No.
that's the most obvious answer of all time. That's just science. It's not a scenario.
You think a T-Rex can beat
A flat-toothed, veggie-eating brontosaurus with a
Brontosaurus? I thought a Brontosaurus was the ones like the...
The long neck.
Oh.
Brontosaurus,
They
and
have
first of all, they're
big-ass
not even
feet.
called Brontosauruses
Oh, yeah, that's
anymore.
an easy one.
It's like a Brachiosaurus. They renamed it.
Oh.
They took away our
A
childhood.
Dwayne the Rockiosaurus.
A Baracchio Obamasaurus.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the other one, like that fucking one that they proved it wasn't real.
Stegosaurus?
Was it a Stegosaurus?
Oh, with the plates and then the spike.
No,
No, the one
tail?
with
the
thing.
Remember
here.
in the Land
The horns.
Yeah, the Land Before Time. The
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
That
Triceratops.
is for sure real.
I think they proved that it wasn't real.
No, they have actual bones of it in the Museum of Natural History.
I know. Look, I'm on your side. I'm completely confused by it, but it just came out that it wasn't real.
When did it just come out? When has
Couple
there
years
been
ago.
dinosaur developments?
You're gonna feel so stupid when you
I
look
can't
this
wait.
up.
I genuinely can't wait. I can't wait till it
I
comes
thought
from-
that was like a logical battle because one is the T-Rex is big,
Right.
But you know what they say: the taller that you are, the harder you fall. So this thing can fuck you up.
But a T-Rex isn't standing tall. That's the one thing that they fucked us in with T-Rex toys.
The first news article which comes up, which by the way, it's from August 2010, so pretty new. Just happened. It literally says, "Relax. Triceratops really did exist."
it says relax.
It says relax.
It should have said, "Relax, Brendan."
Yeah. Oh, but wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this may not have existed. Yeah, this was 10 years ago. This was
Yeah.
nothing recent.
Oh, well.
Are you a dope that's carried fake news with you for a decade?
Damn, I told so many people that.
People's entire childhood has been shattered because of you.
I told parents that have told their children.
You're like a dinosaur Johnny Appleseed in a negative way.
Yeah, I'm just a bad information Johnny Appleseed.
Do you know what would be a tougher matchup? So the T-Rex isn't tall. It doesn't stand upright. The T-Rex actually stands horizontal. So its legs are like this and it's horizontal and it's longer than it is taller because it's always running. And to be able to pick stuff off the ground, it's got those little fucking shit,
Yeah.
hands.
Its hand sucks.
So it's always running and it's like that. So actually it has a pretty decent advantage against a Triceratops, but it also could outmaneuver it and go to the side, whereas an Ankylosaurus, which is armor plated on top, has some horns, but also has that big like fucking like almost like a cannonball with horns as a tail.
Like a mace.
Whoa,
Yeah,
cool.
that thing would put up a really good fight, and I think it did actually in the last Jurassic Park, in the last Jurassic World, and they that thing would be harder for a T-Rex to kill because it can't fucking sink its teeth into
Yeah,
its
it's like
back.
trying to eat a turtle. Like
It
an
would have to tip it over on its belly.
maybe unless the jaw of the T-Rex is so strong that it could crack it.
Didn't in the movie.
I love that in that movie, the bad dinosaur, like the main villain was just a T-Rex with long arms.
It was a raptor. It was a giant.
It was a
raptor.
giant raptor, yeah.
But that movie sucked because it was just a pathway to the next one. The movie didn't even start until the last part, where the dinosaurs just all of a sudden showed up in the waves of like Hawaii, and you're like, oh, okay, I get what
Yeah.
this is gonna be. But that movie sucked. You're just showing some rich arms dealer failing to buy a Velociraptor. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, those movies can get brutal though sometimes. Like there's always like one scene where you're like, "Oh!"
Right, when Chris Pratt tries to like just force somebody not to be gay.
I'm talking about when those like big bird things, were like sweeping down, picking people up.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
And like
That was-
dropping them.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
So what was the question? Oh, we answered that.
We
All right.
answered that.
Okay. So we all wait. We all
answered
agree.
a lot of questions. in
Yeah,
that one.
we all agree.
Who's a
T-Rex?
retard? Brendan.
Are we all on the same page with T-Rex?
T-Rex, yeah, Convoy.
Convoy.
If you're new to the show, when we convoy, it means we all agree on an answer.
It's very rare and should be celebrated.
And we almost didn't. I was gonna fucking. But a Bronchiosaurus. I mean, what the long neck? They eat leaves. I mean,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
stupid
shit.
and dumb.
it's the stupidest dinosaur.
That animal could be beaten up by a velociraptor.
I could beat that animal up.
I could knock that fucking dinosaur out with one punch.
Yeah. Okay. If you could win a gold medal at the Olympics, what sport would it be in?
Gay sex.
Okay.
A gold medal at the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
No, mine be a brown medal.
Nice. In your butt.
Yeah,
because of the gay sex.
Because of the
and all
gay
that.
sex.
that's right.
I would. What would you pick?
I think, diving would be pretty cool.
Oh,
I think that's a fun.
Oh, you're choosing what you'd like. If they put your body into an event,
Yes.
what do you think you'd have the best?
no,
Maybe
no. This
like
is like
snowboarding would be cool, right?
yeah. Oh, if
I'm
you could-
thinking like traditional Olympics though. Like I'm thinking like
Snowboarding
the
is
summer.
recent.
What?
I'm thinking summer traditional Olympics.
Yeah.
Snowboarding.
Well, no. I mean, I like get rid of
In the last
snowboarding.
fucking 15 years, winter.
I know. You're completely misunderstanding what I'm saying. I was saying I'm thinking. That's why I said diving and,
Gotcha.
and everything. I'm not. When I said snowboarding, I didn't mean it. You fuck.
I think our best chance, like if we were dropped into the Olympics
Yeah.
and given an opportunity to win something, it would have to be
there's only one. The luge.
luge.
The
Yeah.
luge.
That's a Seinfeld bit. He's the guy who won a gold medal, didn't even try. Because all of a sudden he's like, what's the training? You just point your toes. You're like, oh, what a gifted athlete. He pointed his toes. It's such a great bit.
Didn't Greg Giraldo have that bit about the guy who was a luger who was like a hero on the news because he was dyslexic? And he's like, that's not, I don't know the bit, but he's like, dyslexic. It's like, who cares about that? And then he does it really funny, and then he died.
So I would think like the fucking freestyle half pipe would be sick. It's a snowboard to be able to fucking
Yeah.
do that shit. That would be
cool.
awesome. Also, like, because I know I could never do it, but like either the slalom skiing when you're going in and out of those fucking those flags, you know, or the one where you fucking go really far down and then you go off the launch pad and you go fucking like, that fucking thing.
Whoa.
Oh, that's like the smooth criminal dance because you have
Yeah.
to have your legs out, tipped forward, and you're like leaning
Yes.
into.
What's
yeah?
What's that summer Olympic event where it's like you're on skis and then you pick up a rifle or something and you have to
Yes.
shoot and then
Yeah.
like you ski to another thing? What
that
is
cross-country?
cross country skeet shooting?
cross country MAGA?
Yeah.
that is so weird to be like who thought of that? Am I right? We're gonna cut that out, right? That's gonna go, right?
Nope, that's the highlight.
If I was a better comic, I could make a whole joke about it. But anyway, what's
So much worse. That was just sad. That one.
I'm trying to save it? What's the horror movie you'd least want to be trapped in?
That's a good question.
That is a good
Maybe
question.
like the birds. Where it's like
Birds.
yeah. If there's
Have you ever seen it?
No, but
there you go. Well, just picture.
I can imagine.
Picture thousands of birds every time you go outside dive bombing you, just like you just said was terrifying in Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah, but in Jurassic Park they have these talons and they're picking
same as
you
the
up
movie.
and everything. No, in birds they're birds. Okay,
Right.
I could
They have
punch 'em.
sharp beaks. No, he still hasn't seen it, but he's
I haven't
talking
seen
a
it.
strong bird game.
Sounds good.
I would just go out. I mean, like I've seen clips of the birds where they're all over the place and people are like,
Yeah.
I would just
You
start.
see the ones where they get their eyes pecked out? You want to just walk outside your house and just be having to throw fists into the air.
That I don't mind.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I leave my house anyway. So if I could just have something to connect with, that would actually be great.
I wouldn't want to be in like, Nightmare on Elm Street. I feel like that would be terrifying.
Or the Exorcist, like something that's actually possessed and like magical.
Yeah.
that would fuck me up.
But
dude.
in The Exorcist, there is like you could beat that. I feel like
They
with,
did beat
they
that.
did.
They did.
All of them. They beat it.
What all of what?
All of horror movies.
No, because like Freddy Freddy Krueger, you can barely beat. I mean,
Mike's look to me to be like, get in here or it's gonna be bad. Throw the towel in or help clean it up.
You're right. I forgot every horror movie ends with the guy winning.
Yeah.
they do for the most
what
part.
movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
He doesn't win.
I mean, in the first one,
They get away.
He gets away. He won.
But they get away. The main characters.
The main character one got away.
Okay. So he won.
Okay. But he killed a bunch of other people.
Those were periphery characters. It would be as if somebody murdered you right now.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Thank you.
He won.
What?
In Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he
Oh,
won.
No,
he
Jessica
does-
Biel got away
No, he doesn't.
Someone got
no,
Jessica Biel gets away.
I thought he got her at the end.
with her.
No,
fucking
she's
wet
swinging.
nips and
He's
the-
sitting there swinging because he's mad that
tank
she
top.
got away. She got picked up in like a random car.
Damn. So the kid, they got away, but he still won. You know, he killed a bunch of people.
I mean, we're not judging by like moral victory. We're judging by main character whether or not they continue to live.
Okay. I'd
Jamie
also
Lee
like.
Curtis keeps living in Halloween. Does Mike Myers technically win? Sure. he
Wait,
has
she
some
does
victories.
die. She does die in one of the Halloweens though.
But I thought she just
That had to
came
be
back.
one of the most recent one then.
Resurrection. She died.
No.
Well, then
she was
came
just in the
back. She
last
was just in the
Halloween.
last one.
Yeah.
Oh
With,
yeah.
the one Danny McBride did, right?
Oh right, she pretended
that?
she was.
Yeah.
They did the old fakey. They did the. You thought I was dead because of everything we showed you, but it turns out you fucking idiots, I wasn't dead at all.
Turns out we made up a story.
Yeah. Turns out giving you just one side of the information made you think something entirely different.
Dude, when that movie came out, I went to like a drive-in movie theater to see that
In the
late
70s?
No, there's one like upstate, like 45 minutes away from here, and I went to go see the Lady Gaga movie, A Star Is Born, but there's like a bunch of there's like 3 screens, and I'm just watching A Star Is Born, but then like a screen away is Halloween, so like it's so hard. I'm like going like this, and she's like kissing Bradley Cooper, and then I look over for a second, and he's like getting his his neck slit.
Wait, why are they next to each other?
They're very close.
They
They're-
should have been facing opposite ways.
Yeah.
They should have been, yeah. They're not like super next to each other, but it's like you go to a lot and you park in the lot, and then you can like. So if I'm watching this in my peripheral, I can see another lot with a movie that's like it's like you could still kind of see it.
It sucks. It's like watching it on the on a plane.
Oh
And
yeah,
somebody's watching something really great next to you, and you're like,
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. And also, like people would come in late to this drive-in theater, and it would be nighttime, so they'd be coming in, and their lights are just shining on the fucking
sucks.
yeah on the screen. It was
place
brutal.
sucks.
Yeah, remind me never
Yeah,
to go there.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's cool that we're all sitting here trying to make weight for our next match.
I wanted to turn this on.
I know.
Can we turn it on?
What?
I don't
No,
think
production
so.
value, baby. It's the reason we're going into our audio. I don't know how much time we've done.
We started
says
at
it right there.
9:07.
Excellent.
So let's do some more. What's the scenario?
Here's another scenario.
It's leather back too.
I mean, couldn't be hotter. Couldn't be hotter. Not to mention, I feel like my temperature is like going into the guitar and then coming out.
Wood's,
and you
the
hear,
wood's warping.
You hear the low hum of the strings.
It's also we got the lighting on too.
Yeah, and we're in this tiny, tiny room.
It's not that tiny. It's
But
a good
hey,
size.
at least we paid a lawyer a lot of money.
You have to edit so much of this.
Yeah.
No, come on, we could. No, us taking shots.
What's the scenario?
I look at it like when The Simpsons made fun of Fox. It's like, you know.
Yeah, after they did that after like season 8.
Yeah, you're right. Not episode
First
1.
episode, fuck you guys. What are you kidding? You take a shot on us? Eat our dicks. We appreciate everything you do.
We appreciate you guys. Pick any sport. Would you rather be the best player on the worst team or the worst player on the best team? And I think that's a no fucking brainer.
What do you think it is?
I think I'd rather be the best player on the worst team because then you can elevate that team.
Yes,
you know?
but you can't always win.
Right.
Do you want to
Look at
win a
Devin
championship? What's the point of playing a sport is to win.
Yeah.
So if you're great and everyone else is bad news bears, you can only do so much. I mean,
Yeah,
in
but if-
basketball, you'd be the
Basketball, you can like elevate a team by how
but
good
you have to
are.
literally be the greatest player of all time to
Yeah.
do that, you know?
And
No,
that,
that's not true. I mean, you have to be really good, transcendent, but you don't. But also, this depends how you play it. So, is this a professional sport, or are we just playing for the love of the game? Because if you're the best player on a bad team, but it's for money, you pad your stats, you get your contract, you get a supermax, then you get the fuck out of the NBA. But if if this is not for money and you just want to win, or you want to be a part of something, or whatever, then the answer might be.
I think
different.
everybody wants to win, man. Especially
Yeah.
if you're that much of an athlete, that much of a competitor. You competed all the way to get into professional sports. You want a ring, you know? It just
yeah, but what are the benefits of being the worst player on the best team besides
you
I
get
guess-
a ring.
Yeah, but do you get the ring? Yes, but
Yeah,
did
you don't have to be the best
did
player.
you earn it?
Let me
Yes.
answer it this
By
way.
what?
Let me answer it this way. Hang on.
You're not bad at your job. You're just not the best.
Right.
You're the worst. It says you're the
Yeah,
worst.
but you're the worst on a professional team.
Yeah.
So who cares? But this is the argument. So the Lakers just won the championship. Dwight Howard, who is one of the greatest big men ever, has early in his career was literally the best big man in the NBA for 7 years, has fallen off. There's been gay rumors. He's out of his mind all over the place, and has fallen short with a bunch of teams, had bad relationships, came back to the Lakers after a crazy blowout and left them years ago when he was teammates with Kobe. And he was a role player, and he played a little bit, but he's still kind of obnoxious on the court, very energetic. It was he almost played like a JV basket, like a JV high schooler, where he'd yell ball, 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 ball. And he got so annoying that other
Jesus.
pros were like, this guy fucking stinks. He stinks. He just sucks to be around.
Yeah.
And even the announcers were like, Dwight Howard giving off some real JV energy. Everybody was going after him. And then after they won the championship, he's on IG Live, just everybody told me I'd never have a ring, and I just want you to say, just keep going, man. Just keep going, whatever you want. And every single pundit was like, fuck him. They're
Really?
You gotta be a big part of the team to cry into a camera and say, keep going with your dreams.
Yeah.
Don't say that bullshit when you were some fucking role player averaging 6 points a game and 8 rebounds with 13 minutes on
There you
in a
go.
playoff game.
See,
Yeah.
but I, as much as he sucks, I would disagree and say that the whole and go into baseball or something where you're Mike Trout is the best player in his generation, and he's been to one playoff game I think in his career, one playoff series, and they lost because the Angels are terrible every single year. So he's just wasting away. So everyone's gonna be like, oh, he was the greatest player for the last. Same with Don Mattingly. It was oh, he's the greatest player to never win a ring, and you're like, cool, that sucks. But anybody who everyone is this guy's one of the greats of all time, they have to measure them in titles as well. If you don't have a title, that's a huge box to not check off on your pantheon of being the greatest. So I'd rather be an okay player who won a ring than the best player to never win a ring. I don't care about that.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I
I
don't
would
know.
actually, now that you frame it that way, I think the opposite. Because I think, there's a lot of okay players walking around with championship rings and all they do is show their kid. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, Charles Barkley never won a ring, but he is one of the best ever. He was really fucking good, and he still gets that kind of respect. Dan Marino, same thing. It's that guy never won a Super Bowl. He's one of the best quarterbacks ever.
Yeah.
And it definitely sucks and is a smudge on an otherwise immaculate career.
Right.
But I do think that there's there's so many nobodies. I'd rather be Mike Trout with 300 mil or 800 mil, getting his kids are still fine.
Yeah.
And be some dick cheese on the fucking, Diamondbacks when they beat the Yankees.
pawning your ring that you got because you suck at the fucking sport. They trade you.
No, I just feel like the ultimate athlete in you. If you could be I'm gonna fucking win, that's the feeling that you chase from when you're 4 years old, and to finally get that, you never at 4 years old are I want to be the best player in the sport for a little bit of time. Everyone's I want to win a championship.
Yeah,
I'm
but
Wheezy, dude.
well, okay. Well, how?
You
Yeah,
have
I
a
had it
crippling
in my head.
addiction.
Yeah.
You're not nearly as good as
No.
you used to be, and you
paper
talk in a
chaser.
weird
I'm not a
voice
ring
now,
chaser.
and
I'm a paper chaser.
you spent time in
Yeah.
jail, and
I would much rather the respect of my peers than a fucking championship ring.
that part you're misunderstanding. You're not a bad player. You are the worst player on a championship winning team. So you're still better than 99% of anybody in the planet.
So, okay.
That's true.
I mean, I know your answer to this, Feeney, but who would you rather be, Scott Brocious or Mike Trout?
I mean, I would love to be in the... See, now there's a different thing with that, which is Hall of Fame. Because Scott Brocious isn't a Hall of Famer. Mike Trout is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So the Hall of Fame is something you want to be into because then you're fucking immortalized. It doesn't matter if you don't,
But if you're the
if you
worst
don't win a
person
ring.
on a good team, you're not going to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's not necessarily true. Won't Dwight Howard get into their Hall of Fame?
Yeah, but he had 7 years where he was literally the best center in the league. And
Well,
had
that
some of the
didn't say
best.
that wasn't a part of it, that we could have never
Okay,
been good.
That's another question, and we're spending too much time on that. What part of our career are we at?
Yeah. All right, let's move past. Let's move past
Do
this.
we just want to get a ring?
Let's do one more. Let's get out of this.
Okay, this is a good one too. I took a little peek. If you were on a plane, you checking the laptop? Cool. If you were on a plane and both pilots died, you're put. If you're on a plane and both pilots died, you're put into the pilot's seat and the air traffic controller is talking to you through landing the plane. Do you think you could actually land it?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
I could land a paper plane.
First off, I'm a pilot, as
You
you
are a
guys know,
pilot.
so I'm good to go. What?
A pillow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm good.
Well, that's also another element of the question. That's what we like to do on this podcast, guys, is just break down each question until it becomes completely unrecognizable.
Yeah, and just put some punchlines.
We're like,
in it
yeah, we're like
every
Kind of
once in a
plane?
while.
What kind, is it a single-engine Cessna?
I'm thinking
commercial
I'm
747.
thinking commercial
Oh,
747.
yeah. I mean, it's a computer, basically.
Those things
They're
land
really-
themselves.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I could land a 747 easier than
I could take a
a
shit while it
Cessna.
lands.
Yeah, but your anxiety is through the roof.
Yeah, I'll be a little.
Two
panicked.
men are dead.
I'd be fine.
They have wives. Goddammit, children.
Yeah, the whole time you're thinking. I think it would be.
I would do it and have a stewardess blow me at the same time.
Maybe that'd be fucking cool. That would be cool.
Did you ever see that video of the helicopter instructor? And it was this guy that was like giving flight lessons all around LA, and he like put up a video of a chick sucking his dick while he was flying, and he just immediately lost every license he's ever had.
He should get a new kind of license.
Yeah, cool
that.
guy
License
pilot.
to ill.
Cool guy pilot.
A golden license.
A CDP license.
Yeah.
CDP.
There's one more question on my list. Do you want to just do that one real quick?
If it's as good, if not, then
It's a good question.
Okay.
If a close friend murdered someone for a good reason, but you couldn't go to the police, how would you dispose of the body, or would you turn them in?
I just feel like I need to know everything about how it happened because there's so many cameras now that I don't want to be in aiding and abetting, and then in a year or in 6 weeks from now when they check all the footage and they see the person they see Mike running over somebody with his car,
With
getting
a
out,
rented car that I used my credit card to get.
getting out,
Would you turn him in?
getting out to check and then going back in. If he did it in the parking lot,
If you think I'd leave that loose end, you're out of your mind. I'd tell Feeney and then watch him panic for a minute and just be like, oh, too late. You didn't do Undying Allegiance immediately. You're dead too.
Yeah, you just turn into fucking De Niro in Goodfellas, killing everybody.
what would you guys do?
I think I'd be loyal to the fucking day I die, dude.
I don't believe that to be true.
I'd try to like
You left playing video games with Shuli and I, something that we've been doing for over a year together, to play once with Dan Soder in a different game.
Hey, what are you gonna do? You know,
I know what you're going to do, which is sell us down the river. If the cop is Dan Soder, you'll save Dan Soder's dead body. That we know. You'll help aid and abet that. You fucking climbing
You
chooch.
see Dan dead and you're like, oh, I need to help. There's
Yeah,
a
but
spot
now-
open on Billions.
I better help. I don't even know who his opener is.
I would definitely try to convince you to turn yourself in. I'd be like, hey man, like, it's cool.
And while you're moving the body with them, just be like, oh, I'll help you, but like
let's go to the police. I wouldn't help.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dispose of the.
Oh, so you just stand there and make snarky commentary?
I don't know, man. Unless it was like,
You're like, yeah, Brendan just goes, wow, that sucks, dude. Yeah. Seems like you got a lot of problems on your hands.
Brendan has started saying, Of course I would help. I'm a loyal friend.
Yeah.
To then us asking a question and him being like, I wouldn't help.
Yeah.
I'd just convince you.
I would,
You gotta
yeah.
stop
But I
doing
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't
convince
rat you out. I wouldn't go to the police. I would convince you.
What if he goes, you help me get rid of this or I'm killing you too? Then would you go to the police?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
if-
rat
if-
becomes it.
If
And the rat
a
shows
murderer,
his teeth.
This is exactly what I would do to Brendan, though, because I feel like he's a little more malleable than you. I'd have to put a bullet in your head immediately. You're just X'd off the earth. Brendan, as soon as I see doubt, I shoot him in the meaty part of his leg.
Okay.
And he's like, no, and I'm like, now help me. You're a part of this.
Well, now I can't because I have a bullet in my leg.
No, in the meaty part, so it's just a flesh wound. You can move perfectly. You're just
No.
bleeding. We tie it tightly around your leg, and I force you to help.
Nah, dude. I call
So
the police
do you know
immediately
what I do?
if you,
do you know what I
shot
do?
me.
I shoot you in the leg, and then you're like, "I didn't get out of here," and then I clean off the gun of all my handprint, and I throw it at you, and you catch it.
And what
And
do
you
you
did
say to the cops when they go, everything about this says somebody shot you?
I say we were wrestling for the gun.
Uh-huh.
That's why my prints are kind of on there. And the bullet came out, and it hit Brendan in the meaty part of his leg. It was the biggest target.
And then what do when I start saying words like that's not true, what do you do then?
I do burn your vocal cord.
My mouth is sewn shut. And then he sewed his own mouth shut.
Yeah.
It's weird. He had a whole needle and thread.
Mike's whole, he's in a blood-soaked smock, just being like, I don't even know. He's in full scrubs.
Holding a needle.
Yeah.
All right, well that was the show, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, tell a friend about the podcast. We've been doing this on Patreon for months now, but we're now bringing it out to the
We're legit.
masses.
We're
So we want you to tell everybody, download it, rate, leave
subscribe.
a review, tell fans, tell leave a review, tell friends, tell everybody, spread the word. We're getting new episodes every single week. And if you do like the show and want to support it in other ways, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/scenario pod, where we give you even more content any
And we
given
do
week.
special shout outs and everything. Every new Patreon.
They're very involved in each episode.
They're very involved, yeah.
Additional 2 hours of content plus other content. We put our sketches up there early. I have a solo podcast up there. We do 2 more hours of Here's the Scenario. And yeah, it's great, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks for being a part of it. See you next week.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.